Hello, today analyzing a film, Her, Speak John's love story. Conflict. The goal of Theodore, who is the main character, is to change his lonely life and he wants to stop feeling lonely. I think that at some point it's he himself who opposes his own purpose. When after the date with Catherine, his wife, is when he begins to question himself. The most important problem Theodore has to deal with is the emotional dependency he has at one point on his wife Catherine and then on Samantha, his operating system, which does not allow him to accept himself and be happy. Theodore's conflict is internal because he is the one who has conflict with his own emotions. Respect the plot. The plot consists of a lonely man going through a divorce who still remembers the moment he lived with his wife and he decides to buy an operating system to no longer feel alone. He sets it up with a female voice and gradually becomes a romantical involved with the OS and creating an emotional dependency. Thanks to that company, Theodore gets out of that loneliness in which he found himself and becomes a happy person. However, their relationships end when OS falls in love with the other OSs and other people, and the OS decides to live alone with the other OSs, leaving him alone again. About the subplots, the story of her friend Amy, who also feels lonely and has a relationship with an OS in show. After her boyfriend of 8 years of relationships broke up with her. And other subplot is his wife Catherine, who questioned Theodore's relationships with the OSs. The narrative, I think, it's not linear. Since despite following an order, the main character Theodore constantly remembers the past relationships he had with Catherine. The topic, the story about a lonely man in the story is about a lonely man in the process of getting divorced and who decides to buy an operating system and to end his loneliness. After befriending the OS, they fall in love and form relationships. Over time, the OS meets more systems and fall in love. It's like this that all operating systems decide to leave, leaving the people who bow them alone again. The main topic is the difficulty that people have in having lasting and true relationships with other people. And I think that the backstory is how a person can disconnect from the world to live with a technology device. He would rather talk to a programmed device than have a more real relationship with a person. It covers more topics relating to the main one, such as loneliness, sadness, and failure. Respect the characters. The movie has two main characters and three minor characters. In the case the Theodore is a sensitive, introverted, lonely, intelligent, reserved, and somewhat pessimistic person. In the case of Samantha takes on a understanding, sociable, optimistic, and imaginative personality. In the Theodore's case, his characters does change. He becomes more extroverted, optimistic, friendly, and more self-confident. In the Samantha's case, I think her character not changed, but she reinforces her personality. Uh, the scene that I liked the most was when Samantha was updating herself and Theodore despaired, showing the emotional dependence he had on her. And I related a lot to the reality because many times we feel so comfortable with someone or something and we create a dependency with that. Um, respect the lines from the film. The dialogues correspond with the personality of the character, especially the main characters give reflective opinion about life in general. The phrases that I like the most are is the past is just a story we tell ourselves by Samantha. Other line is but the heart's not like a box that gets filling. It expands, insists, then more you love by Samantha also. And finally, the life by Amy, the friend of Theodore. I think anybody who fall in love is freak. It's a crazy thing to do. It's kind of like a form socially acceptable insanity. That's all. Thank you.